Hello lovelies, welcome back to the channel. It's Chrissy here today, sharing with you probably one of my most favorite layouts I have ever made. Now, in my first video, you may have heard me mention that layout was just so me. Well, this layout is the exact opposite of that. It is completely out of my comfort zone. There's no mixed media on it. It is clean and neat and just all of those words that don't come to mind when I think of my scrapbooking, but it is my absolute favorite layout I have made and I'm in love with it. Now, if you are a subscriber and you are a part of the Facebook group, if you're not, you really should go over and join because we have lots of great convos over there. And if you are, you'll know that there are exclusive cut files designed by yours truly. Later, towards the end of last year, I think I slacked off a little bit and didn't get them uploaded. But yeah, but we're back to doing the exclusive cut files. And this one was my favorite. Now, I am biased and I did know what kits we were getting and what papers we were using. And I had this layout in mind, so being the one to design the cut file, I designed a cut file that I knew I wanted to use, and I knew exactly what I wanted to do with it when I designed it, so I had a little bit of an advantage there. Now, this paper was my favorite. I loved it. I loved it that much that when I cut this file, I shrunk it down and cut it from the middle so I could use the outside on another layout, which I actually did manage to do. I did 3 layouts in one day with this kit. I was so inspired by this kit and I had so much fun. And yeah, I love this paper and I actually managed to get 2 layouts from the one piece of paper. So I was very impressed with myself because I was just that much in love with this paper. So this is a picture of my newborn baby niece. She was born on the 18th of last month, and naturally being, you know, the new addition to the family, well, there's photos galore of her. Now, this photo I decided to turn black and white so that I could use this kit. This was a photo, she was still in hospital and the wrap she had was actually like a mint color, which obviously wasn't going to work with the papers that I wanted to use. So to get around that, I just changed it to a black and white photo, and you know, black and white photo will go with anything now. So that's what I did. And yeah, with all the photos that there are of this little princess, this collection is just perfect for it. So I had a lot of fun. The other layout that I did, the third one, is another one of her. So for 1 week photo. So yeah, I'm going to put that up on my channel so I don't overload you with baby spam with all my design team projects. So I promise I am trying hard to have a nice variety for you, which is why the first layout I did was more blue and mint tones. But yeah, this one is floral overload. I adore it. There is no mixed media, there's no splashes of mist, there's nothing. So it's very, very different for me, but I love it. So all I've done is I've attached that cut file. I did cut out the part where I was pulling it off my mat. What happened was I had to re-sticky my mats and they were a little bit too sticky, so it took me a little bit longer than I would have liked to pull this off. So I just cut all that out. You don't need to see that. And then I've attached it with some glue, and then I've just added some layers behind my photo. So I've used the paper pad, which I adore. I love getting the paper pad in the kit. And then I've used a bit of a doily as well. This round little embellishment was from the cut apart sheet, and I just cut it out. And I've tried to use it on every layout I did with this kit so far. So all 3 layouts. It doesn't make it onto any of them, but yeah. So now I'm going through my plate of awesomeness. You've heard me talk about my plate of awesomeness before. It is just a little compartment plate that I got from a cheapie shop, and that's where I store all my embellishments. So when I am doing a layout, all I have to do is pick up the plate and everything is there in front of me ready to go. And just like I did in the first layout, I pull out everything that matches the color scheme I'm going for. So in this case, it's the pink and the peachy colors. And the grey, I really love the grey. I love that pop of grey, and I know I said it in the last video as well, but you can see how it works for both the pinks and the blues. So I've got that nice watercolory bright color, and then the neutral of the grey to give you a bit of contrast without being too dark. So I really love this collection for that aspect. So I'm just going to go to town and build a cluster of flowers. Surprisingly, I'm not really usually a flower cluster person, and I know that's strange because the last 2 layouts I've done, I have made a cluster of flowers. But with this layout, it had to be done. It couldn't be more perfect. So I'm just building up my layers. I am using some foam adhesive as well because, like I said before, I like that dimension. And yeah, then I'm just tucking those leaves in there just to build this little cluster. But the difference with this layout is I also wanted to use those really pretty butterflies. I love butterflies. They remind me of my mum. And the fact that this would have been her first granddaughter, I really wanted to incorporate those butterflies onto this layout for her. So my mum passed away 3 years ago, so she didn't get to meet this little princess who would have been her first granddaughter. She has 4 grandsons, and yeah, this would have been her first granddaughter. Butterflies remind me of my mum because for some strange reason, for a while after she passed, I kept seeing butterflies everywhere, and it just so happened every time I saw a butterfly, mum would pop into my head. So now that I see them a lot less often, they still remind me of mum. It's like when she's meant to be somewhere, like on the first day of school or something where I know she would have, been in her element and would have been there. I tend to see a butterfly, and I take that as, my way of saying, well, she is still there. So butterflies really do remind me of my mum, and I love the fact that these butterflies were in this kit. So when I pulled them out and they matched the colours, I thought, I'm going to put these on this layout for me to represent, my mum. But it also works with the layout, so that's a little personal touch and a personal story for me. But if I hadn't told you, no one would know. It just goes with the layout. It works. So I've used the butterflies and the flowers to sort of get my triangle of embellishment to keep your eye moving around the layout. Now, when I saw the Precious on the chipboard sticker sheet, I knew I had to use it as the title because it was just too perfect. And then I saw the thickers we had in last month's kit, that they were gold and they had that pink foam, and I thought they would work really well. Now, I'm still not 100% sure because there is no other gold on this layout, and I wasn't sure if I needed gold somewhere else. But for now, I'm really happy with it. So the title is Precious Girl, and I've used the chipboard and the thickers combined together. So yeah, still, I think it works. You can't go wrong with gold and pink, can you? So then I wanted to use some more of the thickers, the tiny word stickers, just to add a little more to my title. And then I'm going to add some of my bling and some of the enamel dots that we got with this layout, with this kit, and then just tuck them into my flowers and my little clusters, and then that's going to be it for my layout. So I really enjoyed doing this. It's a lot of fun to do a flowery, girly layout, and I cannot wait to scrap more pictures of this little princess. So thanks for watching. I'll be back real soon. Bye!